going on, guys? It is Rinne-Hatake here, back with another video, and today I got what if Goku had Zeno's powers. And this will not be a series, this will actually just be a one-shot series. So this will be one of the collections of the one-shot series that I've made so far. So hopefully you guys enjoy. But without further ado, let's finally begin. So I'm gonna start this off right at the very beginning. Very beginning. The very beginning is, well, Goku's birth. Goku was born on planet Vegeta in the age of 736. But the Saiyans on that planet unknowingly had the strongest, most superior of all the Saiyans and everything in that whole galaxy, even the universes. Warriors don't even stand a chance. But the one and only Zeno is the only one who can oppose this threat. That will be Son Goku, or the Saiyans know him as Kakarot. Kakarot was born with extraordinary powers. It was extraordinary. It was something that the Saiyans have never seen before. It was so strong that his energy, well, it's unsensible. The Saiyans thought he was just weak and just really low class Saiyan. Below the low, like even lower than a low class Saiyan, due to his ki, or the ki that they sensed with a scouter was nothing. But they were really mistaken. Goku's powers were way more than they originally thought. Goku, even though his power was insensible, they can still feel the presence that Goku gives off, and it's one massive aura that he gives off, as they're really frightful or scared of Goku, as they don't even try to oppose him, but they still give him a few words here and there. But soon enough, Frieza decides to destroy this planet, and Beerus actually this time is going to be more attentive to this child, as he knows this child could possibly be the chosen one, chosen by the gods, or possibly maybe a reincarnation of some sorts that he hasn't heard of. But all he knows is that this could be a dangerous game he's playing. Gambling this child's life. Either he lives or he dies. Who knows? But Beerus is willing to gamble that so he can have a good fight. But unknowingly to Beerus, Whis already knows who this is. This is Zeno's chosen one. Zeno, the grand of all grand, the one who rules the 12 universes, and used to be 18 universes, but Zeno destroyed them in a blink of an eye. But that's not the point here. Zeno has chosen Son Goku, and Goku has Zeno's powers. And, Zeno, I'm gonna say Zeno has, Zeno is really OP and powerful, so I'm gonna say here is Zeno split his power right in half, right straight in the middle, as Goku has his other 50%. As Zeno already attached a consciousness into Goku, but he already does have that since he's a living being that has a brain that can think, and has a consciousness and all. But the thing that makes Goku different here is Goku unconsciously or subconsciously as a child already knows his purpose or his goal to defeat Zeno, as Zeno has the goal to defeat Goku to regain his power, because Zeno is an incredible being and is always pretty bored. And I do apologize if you hear any screaming in the background, and I do apologize for that. But we continue. Zeno is just a OP being that cannot be challenged, and he wants to challenge, or a challenger to challenge him. But no one is strong enough to even do so, so he decided to make himself weaker and make another being stronger, or possibly strong enough to even defeat him. I'm really sorry for any more background noises that you can hear, but we continue. But right now, Goku was sent off to planet Earth just like normal. But all of Goku's events, meeting Gohan, doing all the Dragon Ball quests and stuff like that, finding the Dragon Balls, yeah, that goes exactly the same. Goku, we don't really need to cover any of the Dragon Ball Z stuff, all that is sorted, right? All of that is finished. Well, we're not gonna finish straight through, we're just gonna cover some parts briefly. Like meeting Raditz. As Raditz lands on planet Earth, well, he thought he could find Kakarot since he knew Kakarot was stronger out of the both of them, so he wants to sense his power. But he heard rumors that Kakarot's power was unsensible, so that might make him weak, or he doesn't really know. But he continues trying to search for his power level, only leading him to Piccolo and a massive city. But there was a massive bunch of power levels in one island, so he thought one of those power levels was Kakarot. As he flies over to the Kame house, seeing a bunch of people and a Saiyan, who, with him, has a young lady and a small child with a Saiyan tail. As Raditz sees that Goku, he has a child, but this time Goku won't be losing his tail, since he's already so powerful. I reckon he can easily control this. You're probably like, "Hey, yo, bro, he's a little too OP." Yes, one of you guys commented a really OP Goku, so this is what I'm gonna be doing. And don't worry, I will do the other what ifs that I posted on the poll, so don't you guys worry. They'll either be out on either Saturday or Sunday, maybe possibly Monday. But we move. As Goku, already knows what's about to happen. Future sight, okay? I'm gonna say Zeno's an OP being, so he might have future sight. So he can watch everything at the same time. So I reckon he has future sight. So yeah, let's just skip past that. As Raditz tries to beat Kakarot. He tried. But Goku, not even moving a muscle, just looks at him and does the Jiren eye thing, where he closes his eyes and opens them, as Raditz was hit multiple times over as he was sent flying. Those attacks that Goku pulled absolutely eradicated Raditz. His bones, instant. One punch of those things, like one hit from that, means you already have broken bones. And I'm really sorry for any more background noises. I'm really sorry. But we move. As Goku hit Raditz so many times, Raditz, all his bones, all of it, destroyed. That's because Goku's punches were so heavy, but those punches were like held back a lot. A lot. But that's not the point here. But we move as Goku just moves on past into the Saiyan Saga, and that ends up really easily. He doesn't even need to train with King Kai, but he does tell the others to train up with some other people like Kami. But Kami recommended King Kai, so they had Kaioken training, and so did Gohan. But Goku stayed here, actually got himself a pretty decent job as a salesman. Yeah, he got himself a salesman job, sells a lot, like a whole fortune. Also works as a farmer. His powers and everything, he can basically create life really easily and high quality stuff. So he can do that. So he's pretty stable in the financial side, but that's not the point here. As Goku moves past the Saiyan Saga and into the the Namek Saga actually. As the Namek Saga goes by, as they get into the ship, have some gravity training, and head over to Namek. The gravity training was a little brief and pretty easy for Goku, since Goku could withstand a whole lot of gravity. As Goku told the others to test out the gravity chamber to see if it works. As they tested 10 times gravity, pretty easy for most of them. They tried 20 times gravity. This was pretty difficult, but Goku stood there like it was nothing, saying, "What are you guys doing? Get up, this is nothing." As they're so confused, saying, "Goku, how? How are you still standing? This is crushing all my bones." As Goku looks at them, saying, never mind. Just try to get used to this." As Goku just meditates. Nothing else to do on the ship anyway. As Goku, doesn't really need any training. No way that Goku needs any training. But hey, we're just trying to make this story a little more interesting. So we move. As 1 week of training go by, Goku does not improve at all. Well, he does improve a slight tad bit. Just a teeny bit. Nothing that will give him the edge over Zeno, though, because the training was really, really lacking. But the others did improve a lot, and Gohan sees Goku as, his role model. Someone he wants to reach, or someone he wants to beat in a fight. That's never really gonna happen, but that's the person he really wants to beat right now, since his Saiyan pride is like a lot more, let's just say a lot more fierce and a lot more stronger. So he's a little more extroverted than introverted. So yeah, we move past that as they arrive at Namek landing, as they, put the ship in a capsule, give it to Krillin, and they fly off, searching for, well, anybody, legit anybody that they can ask questions to, or, where Frieza is. And they got the information. Well, Goku has future sight, okay? He can see into the future, he can look at any other universe, so it doesn't really matter where the information came from, since we're talking about a guy who can see so much. Like, legit so much. He has the Byakugan, times that by 1,000,000, okay? His sight is so far, he can see into another universe, or even past that. And you're probably like, Zeno doesn't have that power, bro. Then how does he keep watch of all the other universes? I know some other gods could, like, angels might be able to do that, and I'm pretty sure they can. But Zeno can do it himself. He's the one who created them, I think. Okay, I think. Pause there. I think. So don't comment saying, Zeno didn't create the angels, okay? Don't just comment that. I said I think, okay? I'm sorry if I got it wrong. But hey, that's not the point. Here, we move. As Goku just finds Frieza easily. And, the fight begins between them. And, really, the fight is really, really easy. No issue whatsoever. Every attack that, Frieza does is immediately countered. Immediately. And Goku here is just toying with Frieza. As, Goku has the ability to create and destroy. So he basically created a mirror image of Frieza. And gave that Frieza, or his, well, pseudo version of Frieza, a much larger power boost. Let's just say the power level of Super Saiyan Goku in the Namek Saga. Let's just say that. That was the pseudo Frieza's power level. As Frieza, the original, tried to fight it off, going to his max power, still getting himself destroyed by the fake Frieza that Goku created. As that Frieza destroyed the original, as the original was killed instantly. As Goku just destroys his creation and leaves and tells everyone, or, speaks telepathically to everyone saying, alright guys, let's go. There's nothing else to do here. As they all know that Goku probably took care of them, so they headed back to their original meeting spot, as Goku was there waiting. As he touches the ground, as the whole planet basically heals up, or any damage taken to it was just reverted back, or used, he could basically use restoration or something. He can basically restore this planet if he wanted to, and he did. As they head back to planet Earth, and they were a lot, well, not really a lot quicker, but hey, Goku let Bulma build the ship, so they're gonna be at the same time as the original Goku. Actually, no, they're gonna be way earlier, since Goku stayed in Planet Yardrat. So they won't take a year to get back, they just take another week or month to get back. As when they arrive, no one's there to see them, it's just the rest of the Z Fighters and Bulma and the rest. So they all had a happy ending and started celebrating. But what they didn't know is, in a year's time, someone from the future would arrive. As we skip into that part, as Trunks, the unexpected visitor, came along, and also the one they call King Cold also arrived, landing on planet Earth. But Trunks was close to where he landed, as Trunks jumps out of his ship, looks around and senses a massive power level, nothing comparable to his, but just something large. As he sees King Cold, but he wonders where Frieza is, as he questions, saying, Where's Frieza? But it doesn't matter, as Trunks enters Super Saiyan, and as he was about to slice King Cold up into 90 pieces, King Cold had holes blown straight through him, 3 of them. straight in his chest, as King Cold just has a look of shock, but his eyes dilated as his pupils are just faded as he drops to his knees and falls into the ground, limp, as King Cold is now dead immediately. As the person caught who did it, as Trunks turns around, seeing a man with black hair and an orange gi, or orangey purple gi, I guess, since this is kind of Goku and Zeno mixed style, stands there, as Trunks is rather confusing. Are you Son Goku? As Goku looks at him saying, yeah, I'm Goku. You can call me, I'm Son Goku. You can just call me Goku. As Trunks looks at Goku saying, alright, I came to give you this medicine. As Goku says, is it for the heart virus? Oh, the heart virus. As Trunks is confusing, I know this is 13 years in the past, but how do you know about the heart virus? That wasn't even a thing. As Goku looks at Trunks saying, I know all things, and I know that you're from the future, so you don't need to worry. As Trunks widens his eyes saying, you know I'm from the future? As Trunks realizes he did say it was 13 years in the past, so that might have been a dead giveaway, but Trunks is still confused. Is Goku just smart, or is he just a really good guesser? He doesn't truly know. But Goku tells him that the heart virus from him is, not even there. Zeno's powers and all, they destroyed that heart virus before it even was there, so he's getting no illness. As Trunks still says that Goku should be careful, just in case the heart virus is, gonna appear. But Goku says that in a few, a year or so, the androids are gonna attack, and they're probably gonna destroy a lot of things here, so he's just warning them. But he's still confused, saying, but where's my dad? As Goku looks at him saying, oh, you mean Vegeta? As Trunks nods, as Goku gives him a reply saying, your father is no longer in the living world. As Trunks widens his eyes saying, he's not alive? Who killed him? As Goku looks at Trunks with a straight face saying, I killed him. As Trunks is still confused, as what he heard from his mother was, Goku was a kind and caring person. Even up against Vegeta, he didn't kill him. Not against Frieza either. It was just Frieza who just begged to die. Well, he didn't beg, he was asking for it. He shot a beam at Goku, but that's not the point. As Trunks is still confused. He thought Goku was a kind and caring person, but it seems that it's totally different. As Goku looks at Trunks saying, I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking, I'm a different type of Goku. Well, maybe it's just because you're in a different timeline. And yes, Trunks actually should... let me say that again. I stuttered a big time there. Trunks actually was in a wrong timeline. He traveled in the wrong timeline. The wrong timeline. So this timeline is where Goku was blessed by Zeno. The other timelines, it was just original. But we move, as Trunks is so confused. He's in the wrong timeline, as he chuckles saying, well, I guess I might have set the timeline wrong. But I guess I'll be heading back now. As Trunks, still confused, leaves. But there was another person watching this whole conversation, hearing everything, saying, a person from the future. Such technology. I've never heard of that before. And that man who says, those things happened to be the one known as Gero, or Dr. Gero, as he was concocting some special androids to take down Goku for destroying the Red Ribbon Army. And to be honest, none of his androids, compared to his strength. He collected some of Goku's DNA, but, he did improve the androids to be a lot stronger, to be about Super Saiyan Grade 4 level at least. So none of the other Z fighters really do stand a chance. But none of them are strong enough to compare up to Goku. But there was one project he himself created to match Goku. in every possible way. And that happened to be Cell. As Cell, I'm gonna say Cell has Goku's DNA and everything. As you know, Goku was blessed with Zeno's powers, and Cell isn't. But let's just give Cell a little bit of plot here and give him some plot armor to go up against Goku. So I'm just gonna say Cell does have Zeno's blessing as well. But let's just call Goku's power up Zeno's blessing. So Cell also has Zeno's blessing, so we move. As you know, in a few months' time, or a year goes by, as Jiro finally finishes his creation of Cell and the other androids, as Cell was awakened. As he looks around, well, Cell just breaks out of his container or containment cell or something, as he comes out saying, finally. I've finally awoken from my slumber. As he clenches his fist, testing his power, see if his arms and limbs work, just that normal stuff. As he turns to Jiro saying, well, I do have to thank you for putting so much hard work, but I'm afraid you won't get to see all that hard work. As Cell blasts him into smithereens, as Cell just finds the other pods and awakens the other androids, immediately, absorbing their power. And really, those power-ups didn't really help, as Cell was already pretty OP, and those power-ups give him a tiny little edge, just a tiny little edge over Goku, by, 3%, okay, a 3% edge over Goku. Nothing too big, but it's just 3%, but that 3% can actually, possibly take down Goku. But we move as Goku senses a massive power level. Not even the others can sense it, as Goku immediately teleports to the area, seeing the man named, or the cockroach-looking creature called Cell. As Cell hops out the lab and flies towards Goku, seeing the man he was designed to create, or designed to defeat and destroy. As Cell looks at him saying, so you must be Son Goku. As Goku looks at him, cracking his neck, saying, yeah, that's right. As Goku gives Cell a glare, a death stare basically. As Cell looks at him saying, oh, why such a face? What, are you surprised to see another being like I? To have the same powers, or even better than you? As Goku looks at him saying, you're just a mere image, or a copy of me. There's nothing special about you. As you know, they have a little bit of a trash talk kind of thing. They have a bit of a trash talk thing. But they get past that, as Cell actually was the first one to throw the punch. As Goku, catches the punch straight. The punch was pretty fast, not gonna lie. As Goku felt the force of the punch. As Goku basically takes this seriously instantly, as they both vanish into the sky. As you can see the impact of every blow they do, or every attack they throw at each other. As Goku throws a barrage of many attacks and kicks and punches, as Cell counters them as well. As every punch they do, it feels like another galaxy is getting shattered. As Goku is manipulating the impact and sending it through his body and giving his other attacks extra momentum or power. I don't know. He absorbs the attack basically. He absorbs the attack and sends it right back. That's a better way to describe it. That's what Goku's doing right now. As Cell realizes what Goku's doing and decides to do the same. Doing the same thing over and over, as both of their attacks cancel each other out. But Cell looks at Goku saying, so you're a formidable foe. I'll give you that. But you're not gonna last much longer. As Cell powers up even further. It's not too big of a power up, but Goku looks at him saying, I'm gonna take this seriously now. As Goku buffs up a little. He buffs up as red marks come around him. As his hair transforms as upside down A mark with one limiter mark appears on his forehead. Yes, this thing is the Super Saiyan Omni or Super Saiyan Light. I don't really know the name for it. I think it was Omni Super Saiyan or something. Something like that, okay? Please don't just say, hey, that's not the name. I'm sorry, I don't know the name exactly. But if you guys can be kind and help me out here, can you please tell me the name of that form? The one that Mastar Media made. So credits to him for that, because that was OP. But that's not the point here, because that is Goku's full power, and that is his final form, basically. As Goku transforms, as Cell realizes that Goku isn't a pushover, he's pretty strong. As Cell does the exact same thing. Cell just did a minor power-up, but now he's going serious since he sees Goku going all out too. As Cell also gets the red markings, and he doesn't really have hair, so it's not going to make too much of a difference. He just has the upside down A as well on his forehead, as their power is so massive the whole universe shakes. Yes, the whole universe. As Beerus from his planet senses such power, as he's so confused, saying, "Hey Whis, what's going on?" As Whis arrives at Beerus' room, saying, "Oh my lord. Oh Lord Beerus, it seems that these powers have awoken you." As, well, Beerus looks at him saying, "What's with these power levels? It feels like the great Zeno's power. Is Zeno or the great Zeno in a fight?" As Whis looks at his staff to see, as he's rather shocked, saying, "Lord Beerus, it is seen that someone with the name of Son Goku appears to have, well, a power that I've never ever seen before." As Beerus looks at Whis, saying, "What is this power, Whis? This power feels too similar to Zeno's." As Whis says, "This power, it is Zeno's, my lord. It's Zeno's power. It is seemed that Zeno had given this mortal his powers." As Beerus is shocked, saying, "What?" As Beerus takes that in, as his brain fries, accepting or just processing what Whis just said. As he just faints out of nowhere. But we move back to Goku's point of view as the fight continues. Every punch creates a massive crater, as Goku realizes that the Earth won't take much more of this, as the Earth already looks like it's crumbling away due to their massive amounts of power. As Goku dodges a right hook from Cell and does a left-handed uppercut, which actually surprised Cell, sending him flying out of orbit. As Goku follows him through space, as Goku continues just bashing this kid, just punching him over and over in the face. As Cell has regeneration, and Goku's powers also allow him to have regeneration, since that's an OP ability, and I reckon Zeno would have that too. But we move as the fight continues, as this goes around the whole universe, as they have the whole universe as a playing field, as every attack just shatters a planet here and there. As I reckon they've destroyed at least 20 planets by now, and you're probably wondering, like, why haven't they destroyed a galaxy yet? Well, they've been traveling throughout galaxies and, well, in and out of galaxies basically, and Goku's just using that technique to minimize the damage, so they haven't destroyed a galaxy just yet. But with this amount of force, they're probably gonna destroy a universe or a galaxy anytime soon. But we move as they continue this fight, as Goku already is getting enough of this, as he hits Cell straight in the face with a kick, as he continues many barrages of kicks and punches, as Goku basically Gum Gatling Cell and continues his onslaught of attacks, and decides to also add in his legs, as Goku kicks him with many kicks. Each one of them is like, each one of those kicks could destroy like a galaxy. That's how strong those kicks were. As Cell coughs out blood, as Cell looks or sees that it seems the regeneration is slowing down by a lot, but it's still going. As Cell tries to regenerate, but Goku doesn't give him the chance, sending more barrages of attacks and kicks and punches that continue to berate Cell, as Cell's regeneration slows every time. As Goku finally clenches his fist so hard, is that it seems that his fist has gone really white. As Goku, his fist is covered legit white and is now filled with God Ki as Goku yells, "Dragon Fist!" slamming the Dragon Fist straight towards Cell as a massive white dragon just runs through Cell, piercing through his body and wrapping around him as the dragon just destroys Cell instantly. As the Dragon Fist doesn't allow Cell to regenerate, as Cell is now just completely shattered. His body parts are all over the place, but Goku knows not to leave this opponent unfinished, so he decides to finish him off with a Kamehameha wave as he yells Kamehameha as he fires the Kamehameha wave so strong that it can destroy two universes. Who knows, man? It was such a powerful attack. It incinerated all of Cell's, every part of Cell, destroyed it instantly. Cell is now completely annihilated. As that beam, Goku just somehow with his powers just stops the beam from going anywhere else. But we move, as Beerus is now alerted of such a strong foe, he decides to step in. Seeing Goku, he teleports with Whis to Goku, as he sees the Saiyan, with his tail in a white color, and him having the mark of the Omni King, basically, the Omni King mark, as Beerus looks at him saying, "So, are you the one causing all this ruckus in my universe?" As, Beerus continues asking questions, trying to interrogate Goku. But Goku looks at Beerus saying, "Well, it seems that a foe was strong enough to push me to my limits. But that's not the point here. So, well, God of Destruction, I don't think you're doing your job correctly." As Goku has a wisdom, a lot of wisdom from getting the powers and everything. And I know you're like, "Hey, yo, it's just powers, it's not knowledge." But if you use the powers correctly, you can probably use it to grant yourself knowledge. Who knows? But Goku's smart, okay? If he runs a lot of businesses, I reckon he'd have some smarts. And I'm pretty sure he'd be knowledgeable about gods of destructions and stuff like that and Kai's. So yeah, since he's going up against Zeno sometime. But we move from this, as Beerus and Goku have a bit of a conversation as they head back to Beerus' planet, as Goku does inform his family using a telepathic link. As Beerus says, "Well, you're gonna have to train up, kid, if you're ever gonna actually take on Zeno, because that is impossible from my standpoint, or my viewpoint." As Goku answers back saying, "Well, I'm stronger than anyone here, so I reckon I have a pretty good chance." As Beerus just scoffs saying, "You're too full of yourself, kid. Don't get ahead of yourself. Zeno can destroy anything, easily, and it doesn't matter how strong you are, he'll always surpass you." As, Goku hears the stories about Zeno, but he already knows, since Zeno implanted many things of knowledge about the universe and stuff like that, and things that Goku might need to use against Zeno. But we move, as Goku hears a lot more about Zeno and decides it might be a pretty good idea to learn a few things here, as he does learn a few things. Nothing too special, but something called Ultra Instinct. Yes, he's gonna have Ultra Instinct, as Goku does train a lot with Whis, and he already surpasses Whis in every single possible way. But Goku combines this Mastered Ultra Instinct that he already has, used to, or, he already has, the Omni form or something. So he just combines it with Mastered MUI, or Mastered Ultra Instinct, as that form is really OP. Creates a really OP form. In a few weeks or months' time, actually a few weeks' time, Zeno has already arranged a fight between him and Goku, as Goku trains up a lot more, perfecting his form to an absolute perfect level, as Goku absolutely loses the other limiter. The final limiter that Goku has is eradicated. Goku has broken the last limit of his Omniform, and now he's ready to go against, well, ready against the one and only Zeno. As Zeno is awaiting in his palace, in his palace, as Whis takes Goku with him to, you know, Zeno's palace. As Zeno awaits Goku, as Goku comes through the doors with a serious look on his face. As Beerus and the others are back at the planet, as they're just watching. The Kai's brought their, crystal ball to watch what happens. As Zeno and Goku have a conversation, and they hit it up pretty well, actually. They seem like they became pretty good friends, as Goku and Zeno now have a serious look in both of their faces, as Zeno says, well, it's time to fight, Goku. As Zeno sets up an immediate battle stadium here in his palace, as he says, well, let's make some first rules, okay? I'm just gonna say, well, killing isn't allowed. And the person who gets knocked off the stadium will lose their life. As Goku's so confused, that's contradicting the first rule. As Zeno says, well, no killing inside the arena. After you lose, you get killed. As Goku sighs, saying, well, that kind of makes more sense now. But we move here, as the fight finally commences, as Goku knows not to take this lightly, saying, I'm not gonna hold back, Zeno, as Goku powers up to his ultimate form already, snacked on with Ultra Instinct, or mastered Ultra Instinct to its highest grade. So he's basically on the level of the Grand Priest with that Ultra Instinct that he has, as Zeno and him continue the fight, and start the fight actually, as Zeno transforms into that form that he has, where he looks like the galaxy basically, as he fights Goku, and he did change his height, so he's about Goku height or so. He might be Goku height or just a tiny bit taller than Goku, but that's not the point. As we move, as the fight really begins, as their attacks collide with each other, as one attack from them almost shattered the entire stadium, as the stadium barely holds together. As Zeno says, you're a pretty strong guy, but you're not gonna last much longer. As they continue punching and kicking each other many times over, as a barrage of attacks collide, as Goku and Zeno have a Gum Gum Gatling contest, as they're having a rally of fists, as Goku and Zeno finally collide with the final punch, as their final attack lands, as the impact just continues to grow and grow, as Zeno and Goku headbutt each other straight in the head, as they continue kneeing each other and just doing OP moves, as Goku dodges Zeno's attack, just ducks under his left hook, kneeing Zeno in the gut, as he elbows the back of his head and just flips Zeno over. And while he flips Zeno over, he just flies above him and just slams him down, as Zeno is on the ground. Looks like Zeno's about to lose right now, as the Grand Priest is shocked, saying his power already is way more than I expected. But that isn't the case here, as Goku is already knowing that Zeno won't go down without a fight. So he is already preparing his new move called the Universe Destroyer, as this thing can destroy a whole lot of universes with one attack. So he charges the thing up and fires the Universe Destroyer, as Zeno immediately says, planetary, well, not planetary, but almighty push. The almighty push, yeah, he says the almighty, actually no, not the almighty push, he says the almighty pulse, as he basically, the almighty push that Pain does, he basically does that, but on a whole other level, just destroying the whole beam, pushing it back, as Goku sees the force of such an attack, and he's so confused, but he knows he's probably able to do the same thing, so he cancels his beam and says almighty pulse, as he does the same attack, as both attacks collide, as they meet in the center, as the attacks explode, as the impact was so massive. But the fight still continues, as Goku right now, I'm gonna say a little plot here, as Goku, you know, didn't see an attack coming, and Zeno used one of his OP techniques that made his punch look like he was using a left hook or something. I don't know, some sort of genjutsu of some sorts, and you're probably saying that Goku can see through that. But let's just say plot, and Goku couldn't see it, as Goku was hit many times, over and over, as Zeno continues his onslaught of attacks, as Goku wasn't able to see any of it. As Goku was hit square in the face, and Goku looks like he was about to be sent out of the stadium, and Zeno looks at him saying, for the last time, looks at Goku for the last time saying, "You fought well, son Goku, but it's now over." But before Zeno knew, Goku was already doing a headlock, or was in a headlock position, grabbing Zeno by his hand, and basically giving him a headlock, as Goku is choking Zeno, as Zeno looks at Goku saying, "You caught me off guard, but that's not gonna happen again," as Zeno elbows Goku in the gut, as Goku coughs out blood, as Zeno slams him to the ground and tries to stomp him, but Goku just dodges, and both of them just have another fight. This fight continues for a whole month straight. Yeah, whole month straight, as the whole fight was being broadcasted throughout the whole universe. Not just like Universe 7, Universe, all of them, all 12 universes saw the fight. It took a week to finish this fight, as both of them were really tired and needed to finish the fight. As Goku charges up his most powerful attack out of them all, as he charges an almighty pulse with a dragon fist, as Goku yells, "Almighty Dragon Fist!" as he fires the dragon fist straight towards Zeno, as Zeno also charges up his OP attack. I don't even know the name. You can come up with a super cool name for this attack. It's a punching attack, basically. Well, for now, I'm gonna call this attack, because the attack looks super bright, and looks like the sun, so I'm gonna call it Starburst, okay? I know it's a candy or some sort, so you can come up with a better name if you want to. But he yells Starburst, as he basically has a fist that looks like the sun and punches Goku square in the face, as both of their fists hit something, as Goku punches Zeno's face, and Zeno punches Goku's face, as both of their punches just massive explosion happened. A massive explosion happened as both of them were sent flying backwards, as Goku was knocked out of his final form, and Zeno was too, as he was sent back into his original form, as both of them were sent out of the stadium, as they were both knocked out, as the Grand Priest was so shocked to see that Zeno, the one they call the Grand of Grand, has been defeated, but it was a tie since no one was actually knocked out of the stadium. It was simultaneously, as the Grand Priest doesn't know what to call who the victor is, but he knows it's a tie, so he calls this a tie. As when both of them finally wake up, they shake each other's hand and have, they play good sportsmanship and display that. As they say, "We'll meet up again. Don't worry." As they say both at the same time, "We'll meet up again, so don't worry." As they give each other a smile and a thumbs up, as they walk in their separate directions, as Goku was teleported back to planet Earth to keep it safe as its legendary protector. But I'm probably gonna end it here. But let's go through what will happen in the future. As many years go by, Goku is still alive. It's been over a century. Actually, it's been over a millennium, actually. As Zeno and Goku continue their fight, as Goku doesn't age in this timeline, he's still the same age, or looks the same age as he was when he fought Zeno. He's still that same age. As Goku has a long life to live ahead of him, as he will die in 10,000 years, okay? I'm gonna say his lifespan is 10,000 years. That's a long time for a Saiyan, but I'm gonna say he did something and pulled the strings. You know, I can't just keep saying his powers. Super Dragon Balls. There you go. The Super Dragon Balls. He asked to live for a lot longer, just about 10,000 years, as he didn't revive his wife over and over, because that would just get tiring. And you can't. I'm pretty sure you can't revive the same people over and over, and you can't revive them for past a year. So, yeah, we move from this. We move from this as well. Yeah, that's actually it. I'm gonna leave it off here, and hopefully you guys enjoyed. But I do apologize for all the stuttering I've been doing, and the uploads that I haven't been doing. I really do apologize, and I will be posting something tomorrow, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this. But I'll see you guys in the next What If scenario. Peace.